Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be again talking about OPI. First we had the Hello Kitty collection, then the New Orleans Spring collection, then the Soft Shades collection, and now we have the Alice Through the Looking Glass collection that's in collaboration with Disney's movie coming out very soon. It's kind of the sequel, I think, to the one that came out a couple of years ago. So really excited. I saw these pop up on Instagram about a month ago. It was somebody's picture of them actually swatched on a nail wheel, and I saw the quintessential Alice blue and just kind of squealed a little bit in excitement. About a week ago I saw these pop up on my favorite e-retailer for OPI. I always link in the description bar below wherever I purchase a collection. So I purchased them from my go-to OPI spot, and they already arrived. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about them. As always, I give you live application of every polish so that you know what to expect before you purchase and if they're worth chasing and you know, all that good stuff. So there are actually 8 polishes in this collection plus one special edition polish, and it comes in its own little box and everything. And on the website it was priced at a little bit more expensive than the other polishes in the collection. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm kind of going to start out with the lighter polishes, and then, you know, we're just going to move through. So hope you're excited for these. I am super excited to share them with you. So the first one that I want to talk about today is a really interesting shade here. It's called Oh My Majesty, and I can't decide what this look is here. It's kind of like an opalescent, I mean, it definitely has some luster in there, like some gold luster going through, but it's a very light, kind of pinky purpley white. But it has all that luster, so it almost looks like a seashell. It's super duper cool. I did actually like 3 coats on this one, better than just 2. So that's what I'm going to show you. So let's see how Oh My Majesty swatches. Alright, this next polish, I don't know, but when I looked at it online, when I was purchasing these, I didn't expect it to be as gorgeous as it is in person. This is definitely one of my favorites out of the whole collection. It's a very light, lilac-y, kind of mauve-y, like a lilac mauve, but it's very light. It's like a pastel. So it's called I'm Gown for Anything. And this is just definitely one of my favorites. All the creams in this collection, whereas in the soft shades, the creams, they were like 2 to 3 coats. Like they were right on the line there. The creams in this collection are pretty good at 2 coats, and this one especially. It's almost a 1 coater, and it just really surprised me for the shade that it did so good in 1 coat. I love this so much. Let's see how it swatches. Alright, I want to go ahead and move on to the blues. Let's start with the one I'm wearing here. This one actually doesn't have Alice's name in it. However, this is the color of blue that I think of whenever I think of Alice in Wonderland. And this is called The Eyes Have It. And this is just, it's just so gorgeous, isn't it? It's just a very light sky blue, it just reminds you of the sky that Alice was looking up at when she fell into, you know, her dream where she went to Wonderland in the first place. That's what I think of when I think back to the old Disney movie, you know, from my childhood. So the old cartoon. Anyway, let's see how this swatches. I just adore this one. The next polish is another blue, and this one is called Fearlessly Alice. So it's just darker, quite a bit darker, but not a dark blue, obviously. This one's very pigmented. I would probably put down a stain blocking base coat if I were you on this one. This didn't necessarily stain me, but it did deposit a little bit of pigment on, you know, my skin around my nails. But I still really enjoy this polish. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous color, very bright. It's actually on a little bit on the warm side to me of a blue, especially when you compare it to this other blue in the collection. So let's go ahead and see how it swatches. All right, next up we're going to talk about the one pink in this collection. This is a very, very nice, just bright mid-tone pink, and this is called Mad for Madness Sake. Again, this had a gorgeous formula, practically a one coater. Really, really great. In case you're wondering if I do have anything within OPI's line that I think is just like a dead-on dupe or super duper close, I will list that also in the description bar below under possible dupes. So you can go check that out in case you're wondering, hey, that pink looks kind of similar to something else. If I have anything from OPI's line, I will list it in the description bar. Next up, something that's probably super dupeable, you're going to think, is a red from OPI, but they just do their red so great. I love this. It is called Having a Big Head Day, and it's definitely more on the crimson side of red. This is just so delicious. It's not a jelly kind or a crelly kind of red. This is definitely a cream format. So let's go ahead and see how it swatches. All right, the next one is like a deep plummy purple. So gorgeous. This is called What's the Hatter with You? And again, I will put in the, you know, in the description bar if there's something super duper similar to this. But this is just another really, really great one at 2 coats. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so next up we're going to talk about the gold glitter in the collection, and it was really hard to tell online what this polish actually consists of, but it's a gold base and then it has white and very light silver or gray matte glitters, and they're just very, very small, just itty bitty glitters, like little tiny pieces of confetti in here, but they are uniformly shaped, so they're not like shreds of glitter. So anyway, this was nice. It's definitely kind of gritty looking on the nail unless you put quite a bit of top coat on top of it. So I'll of course show it to you with some top coat, but I mean, it's definitely interesting. So last up, I want to share with you the special edition polish, and this came in its own little box with the villain. I'm not sure what he's called because I haven't seen the movie yet, but it's the villain is played by Sacha Baron Cohen. And when I've seen the preview, I think of him, he's like the timekeeper or something, right? There's always clocks going around him. Anyway, this is called What Time Isn't It? And it's a very gorgeous shade of gray. It's not too dark, but it's also not a light gray, and it's a gorgeous cream base. And then what it has is metallic silver bits in here. They're like hair glitters. They're like very, very thin bar glitters. So when you have a very thin bar glitter, it kind of looks a little bit like hair, unfortunately. They are very short though, so anyway, you'll just have to wait and see how it swatches and, you know, make up your mind after that whether this is something you really want to go for. So let's go ahead and see how it swatches in 2 coats. Alright, so that was the whole collection. I hope that you found this helpful. If you did, make sure you subscribe because that's all we do on my channel is live application reviews. I want to make sure that you know how everything's going to perform before you purchase. So let me know in the comments below if there are any in here that you're definitely going to pick up, that you're definitely going to go look for. And also if you're excited to see this movie. I definitely want to rewatch the first one so that I'm prepared for the second one. And like I said, I will link in the description box where I purchased these. So I hope you're having a really great day. Thanks for spending some of it with me, and I will see you back for my next review. Bye! It was something very different and new, and I think that's kind of the point. They want to make sure everybody knows that there is an alternative to your typical nail polish that you have to remove it with acetone. So as you've already learned from the title of the video, this brand is called Little Ondine or Little Ondine.